So I wanted to make a video to kind of explain the thought process, the reason behind my move or relocation. So one thing I want to start out by saying that I have come to the conclusion is that American culture is very detached from the dying or death process. My mom is in a residential assisted living facility, so I work and I help to pay for that. And, I honestly have detached myself from the actual emotional side of being there for someone as they age and get older. And transparently, she is bedbound. She has multiple sclerosis. She's had a few strokes. She's 77. She's not like super old, but she's not a spring chicken either. And just the cost of care for an elderly parent is rightfully so exorbitant. I mean, it's hard work, especially when someone gets to the point that they're incontinent. She's got dementia. She's, like I said, bedbound, so she needs help getting out of the bed into the chair. She takes her baths in the bed. So just a lot of care involved, and honestly, I just can't afford it anymore. It's just not feasible, and it's not a reflection of where she's at. And if you're ever in Jacksonville and you need a wonderful assisted living home for a loved one, I can definitely give you the recommendation. But to be honest, one, I just can't afford it anymore, and two, I want to change my relationship with death and dying. So it's not like she's terminally ill and she's got cancer and she's dying. She's older. She, again, is bedbound. She has dementia. She's got, a couple other common American issues that we have: diabetes, high cholesterol, all that good stuff that comes from our Western culture. But I mean, you never know. She could live for a few more years, and my current situation is just not sustainable anymore. So I sat down, I looked over the finances, and I just saw that there's an end of the line coming with the finances, and I don't want to work through my mom's dying process. I don't want to be detached from it anymore. I want to be present and available. And honestly, Costa Rica is so much more affordable for the living, for caregiving. I would say there are definitely things that are more expensive here. So like her incontinence supplies, if I've noticed, I think like appliances, cars are pretty expensive here. Groceries seem comparable from what I've seen. I'm actually going to go do a full grocery shop today and check it out. But my biggest expense right now is the cost of care for my mom. So it's a combination of, I want to financially have something sustainable for her care, and I also don't want to be detached from this process. At one point she did live with me, and I don't mind cooking, cleaning, bathing my mom. I don't mind necessarily being a caregiver. It's just at the time when I was working full time. I'm the only child, so it was just overwhelming, and I got burnt out, resentful, gaining weight, anxiety. Like it was a whole stressful time in my life. Wouldn't change it for the world. But I just did the numbers, and I looked at what I want from my life. I want a fresh start. I want something different. I want something new. I want to be able to have my mom living at home with me and care for her and love her, and just walk her to the finish line, walk her on to, the great beyond, and be there with her during that process. And it's going to be uncomfortable. That was definitely a decision that I marinated on for a long time, is the stress of being a caregiver again, the emotions of getting closer to my mom, knowing that one day she's not going to be here, to just being present when she, passes away or is getting close to it and not hiding from it. So all that to say, financially, it's not feasible to provide the lifestyle that I want for myself and my mom. And I want to change my relationship with death. I want to be comfortable holding her hand, washing her body. When she passes away, I want to be a part of that process. So a lot of emotions, a lot of things to unpack there, but I am ready for that challenge, that next part of my life. So a little backstory, a little bit of my, thought process, or where my mind was at when I was like, let me just pack up and move and relocate me and my mom to Costa Rica. It's definitely not something that I expect to be easy. Although I will say I have a relocation team. It's a company called Relocate Now, or Relocate Costa Rica Now. I don't know. I'll put it, I can look it up and put it down in the description. But amazing people, like literally started boohooing at the breakfast table this morning, just thinking about how much they've been helpful, from real estate to lawyers to healthcare to transportation to you name it, even helping me figure out how I'm going to get my kitty cats here, everything. It literally relocation a box, and it's been personalized to fit me, helping me find a in-home care team. I mean, you name it, they have been such a phenomenal team. But yeah, just a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of why, and what I've been thinking, and just wanted to share.